Hi, and welcome back to Allison Bakes Your Day. This week I'm baking my friend Laura's day. She said that she loves all things bread, so she didn't really have a favorite flavor to give me, but she is like, if you're making bread, I'll take bread. So we're gonna make brioche, and we're using Paul Hollywood's recipe. Woo, woo, woo! British baking show. Okay, so here's all of our ingredients. We need strong bread flour, some milk, we've got instant yeast, some sugar, a lot of butter, and 5 eggs. What craziness. So without further ado, brioche. We're gonna start with 500 grams of strong bread flour, which is a little over 3 cups. Oh, flinging flour. Now I should mention, this is going to be a 2-day process. So today we're just going to make the dough, and it has to rest in the fridge overnight in a plastic container. Got our 500 grams of strong bread flour, and this is our instant yeast. That won't open. We need 10 grams of instant yeast. We're gonna put it on the left side of the bowl here. If you add active dry yeast to your flour, it's not gonna work. You have to bloom that. So make sure it's instant yeast that you're putting in this recipe. Oh, what is it? Oh, yes. Kisses. She's so cute. Okay, wash the hands. We're gonna add 7 grams of fine, this is pink sea salt. I'm gonna grind it really fine. We need 50 grams of sugar. It's 1/4 of a cup. Now it says 140 milliliters of warm milk, so I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for 30 seconds. It's about 20 seconds actually in the microwave. I'm actually gonna stick it on here. Got our dough hook. We're gonna pour in the warm milk. Then we're gonna add our 5 eggs. Now we are going to put the mixer on low speed to bring it all together. Semi-eagle eye view. I just want you to be able to see what's happening in here. So this says to do this for 2 minutes. I feel like this flour needs to get into there. Get in there. Come on, flour over here. Get into the party. Don't be a wallflower. Join the party. There you go. Pick it up. Get it together. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're going to turn this up to medium speed and mix for 6 to 8 minutes until it becomes a nice, soft, elastic, glossy dough. Let's do a time lapse, shall we? All right, now that we have this glossy, elastic dough, now we're gonna add in our softened butter. Now we have to keep this going. And we'll scrape down the sides periodically to make sure all the butter is incorporated. Scrape down these sides. That butter's very soft, very soft. Still some chunks of butter that need to get incorporated. So we're gonna scrape the sides again. All right. Woo! So brioche dough is very wet, very sticky, very soft when it's done. We are going to tip this out. Now we're going to put this in this plastic container. Very sticky dough. Brioche. Now we're going to cover it. And then this goes in the fridge overnight. Minimum 7 hours to rest it. Overnight is preferable. I will see you all tomorrow. Welcome back. We're on day 2 of our brioche. This has been resting in the fridge overnight. It's puffed up a little bit. It's nice and firm so we can work with it. Our next step is to flour our work surface. And then we're gonna tip this out. We gotta punch this down, get the air out of it, fold it in on itself. Try to get it to come together. It's more of a cohesive dough. Ooh, we're gonna need more flour. Ooh, well that is just sticking like crazy. I don't think I floured enough. Haha. Scrape this off of our work surface here. Let's grab more flour. Let's really generously flour this surface. There we go, much better. There we go. Now we're bringing it together. Awesome. Now that we've kind of brought this into a cohesive ball, we're gonna divide it into 9 equal pieces. I'm gonna weigh this so that we can make sure that the balls are as equal as possible. 1,170 grams. That should divide by 9 evenly. Hey Google, what's 1,170 divided by 9?
1,170 divided by 9 is 130.
Thanks. 130. Look at that. Innovations. Technology. Let's try to divide this into 9 balls that are 130 grams each. So I'm just gonna divide this in half or cut it down the middle here. So let's try that, see how much that is. Okay, that's 180. Cut some of that off. 137, almost. 130, awesome. So once we divide these into 9 equal balls, we are going to make sure that our work surface is still floured. You can kind of bring the dough together a little bit. Now you're gonna make a little cage with your hand and roll it around. Just rolling, rolling, rolling. Get that dough rolling. Make a little cage with your hand. Odd. And we're just gonna roll it into a nice little round ball. Oh, you hear my work surface squeaking? Our little workbench. And you just want to keep doing this until you've got a nice, round, smooth ball like this. Ta-da! Okay. I'm gonna set this off to the side. 1 down, many more to go. You know what that means. Let's do a time lapse. Now that we've got all of our little dough balls, I am going to grease this tin, this loaf tin. Now there's too many balls for doing it in this loaf tin. We're gonna do 7 of these in this loaf pan. I'm just gonna put the extra 2 in little ramekins here and bake them separately to make little like brioche buns, little brioche rolls, I guess. So that can keep 2, 1 for me, 1 for Peter. We still get a little tasty taste of some delicious bread. We're gonna place them in here so that it's kind of like opposites, like this. Don't be afraid to kind of squish them in. There you go. So you're kind of alternating, so you have 3 on one side and 4 on the other, essentially, and we are going to cover this with plastic wrap and let it rise to just above the tin. We're gonna prove this for 2 hours. Yeah. I'm gonna grease this plastic wrap, and I wanna cover this, but I don't want it to be tightly wrapped. I'm gonna kind of like tent it up a little bit, or try. I just want to give it room to rise above the rim without forming a skin. So we're going to set this off to the side back here and let that rest for 2 hours. I'll see you then. All right, these look glorious. It's been a little less than 2 hours. It's only about 1.5 hours, but it says to prove it for 2 to 3 hours or until it's just above the rim of the tin. So since these are at, just proved above the rim of their respective dishes and tin and the ramekins and the loaf pan and the book things, the stuff, since they're ready is all I'm trying to say. We are going to go ahead and pop these in the oven. I've had it preheating at 375. Just stick these in my other loaf pan like this. Yeah, I think that's great. And then these can go side by side in the oven, and we're gonna bake them for 20 minutes to start. We'll check on them, and if they need another 5 or 10 minutes, we shall do so. Pop them in. I'll see you in 20 minutes, maybe 30. We'll see. See you then. All right, look at this gorgeous, beautiful brioche. Yay! So it took 27 minutes for me to bake this in the oven. It wasn't quite done after 20, but it's got a nice, beautiful browning on it. It smells amazing. Our little ones were done right at 20 minutes. So we have this little lovely little brioche bun full of brioche rolls. I think that's all she wrote. So thank you so much for joining me again for Allison Bakes Your Day. I hope I baked your day. Let's see if I baked Laura's day. We're about to find out.
Hello, my name is Laura, and I am the lucky recipient of Allison Bakes Your Day. Yummy, yummy bread. It smells great, even with the plastic, because it's actually open on this side. And I am going to give it a shot right now. It's kind of a tear and share. And I'm going to, ooh, look at that. Came out perfect. All right. Paul Holly would say it's a good bake. All right, let's see. Oh, it's good. All right, so I know what I'm doing for the rest of the night. Bye, YouTube. Have fun.